In this overview, we're going to cover the Aging Analysis Report. Where this is found is in the Billing portal in the lower left-hand corner. Once we open the Billing portal, this will take us to the Revenue Cycle Summary page. Where we'll find the Aging Analysis Report is in the left-hand navigation pane under the Reporting header, and we're going to choose Aging Analysis. To view this report, we're going to just go ahead and left-click directly on it. Once we left-click on it, this is going to go ahead and bring up the report search options so we can define what we would like to see in the final aging analysis. By default, we're going to run this by aging date and include all insurances. However, you can change how you would like to see your reporting preferences on the back end. Additionally, depending on what amounts we would like to see in the report, we can run by charge amount or by allowed amount. I'm going to go ahead and set this as charge amount in this example. Additionally, by default, we're going to break out this report by provider. We can see this signified by the provider being selected here. However, based off of your own practice preference, you can choose to run this report by financial class. We can run it by payer if we'd like to break this out by insurance, service location, and additionally provider, user, or status. We can choose additional items to display if we would like to include unsubmitted claims, blank columns, or any refunds. Down below, think of this as a filter. We'll see the different options that we have here to set this filter to. That's what we see here, aging bucket, financial class, and so on and so forth. To navigate this, we can use this left and right hand scroll here at the bottom. We would only use that function if we would like to set filters for what information we're going to see in the aging analysis. Otherwise, by default, we will show everything. The only exception to this is our aging buckets. In this aging bucket criteria, I'm going to go ahead and select what I would like to see in my aging buckets. I'm going to go ahead and choose all of these for this report. To run this report, we're going to choose the search option in the lower right-hand corner. Now that I've run the aging analysis report, we'll see that it's broken out by provider. How we know that is on the far left-hand column, we're going to see provider names. The way the aging analysis breaks out is we're going to show you insurance and patient aging criteria within whatever filter we've chosen, provider or payer. In this case, it's provider. We can see the insurance and the patient aging. We'll break this out by aging bucket in each column here at the very top. On the far right-hand side, we'll show us totals of the breakout. So we'll see the provider totals here across all aging buckets. And the final totals down here below in the far lower right-hand corner. At the bottom here, we're going to be showing aging by different aging bucket. So we'll show the insurance total and the patient total for the aging bucket we're looking at by column. To filter down and to drill down into each of these sections, it's a simple right click. In this example, I'm going to choose Blair Adams here, and we can see there's $125 in the 31 to 60 insurance aging bucket. To view this, I'm going to right click on it. And I have a couple of different menu options. If I want to take this whole report and export it to Excel, I can do that quickly from here, or I can print a PDF with the Print PDF option. As for detail reports, if I want to see all aging for this provider, I can choose the provider detail. So if I choose the provider detail, it'll show me all buckets for the provider that I've chosen when I've right-clicked on this menu item. If I'd like to see the provider bucket detail, what we're going to be seeing is the provider, Blair Adams, in the 31 to 60 days bucket area. What this does is when I click on this, it's going to bring up the detail report of all of the claims within that bucket. If I did this by just the provider detail, it'd be all of the claims by provider. We'll see some of the key data points here, the claim number, date of service, provider, the patient, so on and so forth. I can export these detail views down below with the export option, or I can just print this directly from here as well. I'm going to close this. Finally, we can also view all of these claims within the billing query if we would like to go ahead and work these in some fashion. So if I choose the claims by provider, I can actually go and look at all of those by that provider, and that'll open this in a billing query, as well as the intersection, which is going to be Blair Adams for 31 to 60. That's what that intersection means. Or I can go with all of the claims in the aging bucket if I do claims by aging bucket. If I would ever like to change this report and rerun it, all I'll do is simply go back up to the way we've broken it out. I'll click directly on this. So I broke this out by provider. If I want to change this to payer, it would say payer, but by clicking directly on this, this will open the report's options again. I can go ahead and change anything that I would like to see, and I can go ahead and hit the search button to rerun this report. This concludes our overview of the aging analysis report.